Okay. Hi guys. I guess I got to do the intro where I explain everything. So, if in case you missed last week, we're going to be changing format a little bit. And this is Corey's book reviews. Corey's confusing book reviews. Corey's something book report thing. We don't have a name. The untitled book reviews. So yeah, we don't have a name for whatever it is that I'm attempting to do here. But God, anybody who knows me knows I'm not a talker. So I forgot what I was going to say. So we're changing our format a little bit. So we're going from before we were doing like 3 books in a week. So you're going to see me wearing the same thing like next week as well. So uh, we've been doing 3 books at once in a day. So it'll be 3 weeks of book reviews. We're going to 4. So I only have to do this nonsense once a month. And then at the end, I will be introducing one of the next books that's coming up in the queue. So likely by the time you watch this, because this is delayed, this will be like 2 weeks from whenever I'm recording this. I'm already reading one of those books that I've already put at the end of the review or whatever. Okay. If you're still watching this, who knows? Listen to my rambling. Okay. So, this is fine. This is fine. I'm happy with the state of the situation. Okay. Oh, yeah. So we're still on the stupid productivity books. I swear, like I said last time, we are going to get to the end of all of these productivity books. But they're in the queue. We're going to spread them out in between some nonfiction books over the next few weeks, so they won't be back to back to back to back to back. But this one is a classic. Well, not a classic. It's like YouTube or whatever. Everybody recommends this book. It's The 4-Hour Workweek. It's expanded and updated by Timothy Ferriss. You know, I don't even know what Timothy Ferriss did before he had his book. He was like he talks about it in the book, if I was paying attention. He's like, now that I think about it, yeah, that was what the entire thing was about. How he got to where he was and then writing the book, and then this is the book. So, yeah. So this is all about how to get more out of your work week without working like hours. Disconnecting your income from the number of hours that you work in a week. So let me see here. Let me see what it says here. Yep. Okay. We'll read the inner cover blurb. What do you do? Tim Ferriss has trouble answering the question. Depending on when you ask this controversial Princeton University guest lecturer, he might answer, I race motorcycles in Europe. I ski in the Andes. I scuba dive in Panama. I dance tango at Buenos Aires. He has spent more than 5 years learning the secrets of the new rich. That's something he puts in everything to new rich, whatever. It's like a whole concept in there. The book is a little sleazy. Okay. It's not bad. But it's a little, right? Just a few drops of sleazy. Get rich quick, sleazy. Okay, all right. We're on the same page now? Same page now? Okay, so fast-growing subculture that has abandoned the deferred life plan, slave, save, retire, and instead master new currencies, time and mobility, create luxury lifestyles in the here and now. Whether you're an overworked employee or an entrepreneur trapped in your own business, this book is compass for a new and revolutionary world. Join Tim Ferriss as he teaches you blah, 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 blah. You can have it all. So, this is a get-rich-quick book. It's a good one though. So it's nobody will judge you for reading this. This is actually, if you ever heard the concept of the digital nomad, where a person like travels the world or whatever, and they just work they work remotely from all over the place. That's kind of where this got started, and some of the central thesis of it is, well, part of it is this concept of geo arbitration. There are places where you can earn a lot of money that goes a long ways versus other places where you can live like really cheaply. So like if you're just leave it just in the U.S. Just sticking to the U.S. So if you have a Silicon Valley, I don't know, tech bro, whatever, software engineering job, like you're making $250,000-$300,000 a year, and you're in Mississippi, which is where I live. That's a bucket load of money compared to what I mean. That's a lot of money in California, but it is nowhere near as much money as it is in Mississippi. So, for reference, you know, like a middle class salary might be something like $80,000 in San Francisco, and maybe 30,000, 40,000 is the same. This is like twice as things cost like twice as much, especially the basics cost like twice as much over in San Francisco than it does here. So it's just geo arbitration, and then you can go more extreme. So like when I was in the Marines, they sent us to Thailand, and you get this really elaborate meal for like 40 baht, which was like $1 or something. It was like getting like this huge meal for basically a night. Go eat a freaking entire dinner from the 99 cents menu from Wendy's or whatever. That's kind of how it was. It's just ridiculous. Your money goes so much further in a lot of these countries. So as part of the idea is that you make your incomes in high in the like United States or Europe or whatever, but you live like in the Philippines or Thailand or Vietnam or I don't know, Buenos Aires, or you know places that may be a lot cheaper to live. And so your dollar goes a lot longer, so you don't have to work as much if you don't want it. And controversially, if you do continue to work, you save a lot more, so that in the future you don't have to work as much. So it's a lot easier to save if you have that arbitration. So that's one of the key points. And then it also talks about how to kind of think about entrepreneurship and divorcing yourself from hourly rates. So figuring out ways to make money that don't depend on the number of hours that you work. I may be kind of bleeding because I read another book that is very similar, but kind of played off of some of these ideas. Remember, some of these books I haven't read in like weeks, so it's not like I'm coming off them fresh. But it is a good book. I think it's probably less relevant nowadays. This might be one that I said you don't actually have to read. It's an easy read. I will say that it's an easy read. It's enjoyable. I flew right through it. In fact, if you just want ideas and stuff, and just stuff to kind of rattle around in your head, this is a decent book to get you in that kind of self-help motivational space. This is a good book. I think the author does a really good job of talking about things, and he does like explicit examples of like things that you could do explicitly, like which services that you can, like if you're gonna, like one of them is hiring a digital assistant that's like in India or Pakistan or something like that, and they'll like book your flights or set up your dinner dates, or say you're really person you have need of an assistant. If you can get some of that done with a digital assistant that's overseas, a lot of times you can get that done very cheaply and save you a lot of time that you would otherwise be doing yourself. And he mentions in the book specific examples of places that you can go. I don't know if he got paid to put them in here. I wouldn't put it past him. But there's specific examples like http/whatever go here.com, like actual links and stuff to places. So he talks about some things to think about if your strategy involves like manufacturing items, some concerns that you may want to think about that maybe you haven't considered, like, I don't know, maybe you're going to have a t-shirt business or something like that. That's a rabbit hole, by the way. You start going through this kind of drop shipping, kind of money making thing. That's like it's all over YouTube nowadays. It's like a huge thing. I don't believe for 1 minute that average people are going to be getting the same results as this is the thing. You see the successful examples on YouTube. You don't see the failures. So, yeah. But he talks about using credit cards to like get book miles and stuff. So like if you got a business and you like book all the expenses through the credit card and you get your airline miles and stuff like that. And like I said, it's kind of dated a little bit now, because now that's like common knowledge that's something that you would do. Because when did this book come out originally? This was like the 2000s, wasn't it? Well, it's 2007, 2009. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is big, like digital nomad. Nobody even bats twice. Like if I was to work for a client or whatever, and say, look, I'm actually working from Thailand right now, and then next month I say, well, I'm in Pakistan. They wouldn't bat an eye, because that's just a common thing. Well, not necessarily common, but it's not an unknown thing to be, moving around and traveling while you work remotely. So it's and just remote. And now that COVID's out, everybody, almost everybody who could have worked remotely has had a chance to work remotely. So it's a lot more common. So like I've been working, my job has been remote this whole time, and so COVID wasn't anything new for me, but it was new for other people. So it's a lot more common in that respect as well, that people were used to being remote. I didn't even think about that. It was a unique thing to me where I didn't even think, well, oh yeah, most people never worked remotely before COVID. So yeah, but it's a decent book. You might even be able to find it like on Amazon reading list or something, free or something like that, and you get it digitally. It's decently bound. You see, it's a little stiff, but not bad. It wasn't painful to read. I don't know enough about the bindings and stuff to be able to say whether or not. But I mean, it's not like this is heirloom quality book or whatever. I mean, it may be. It's just I have no way to assess that. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure anybody's going to be wanting to read this in 200 years, 200 years. I mean, it's not like it really matters. That, he's got a first edition 4-hour work week now. 4-hour work of the expanded and updated. No. So I don't know why I even buy hardcovers for trashy books, but we do it anyway because we love it. We just love the form factor. Okay, yeah, all right. So, I don't know where to put that one. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. It was a fun read. It was a fun read. These reviews are useless. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't listen to anything I'm saying. That's what it is. That's all it is. Okay. So last week, now I'll show you what's coming up in the queue that we haven't started on. So I think last week I had mentioned that Jamaica Kincaid, Annie John, and How to Not Die Alone were in the queue. So the last one, the Jamaica Kincaid, that's a literary book or fiction. That's a novel. Oh, we're back to our productivity books. I'm sorry, guys. We will make it through them eventually. But this is coming up. The Unfair Advantage. How You Already Have What It Takes to Succeed by Ash Ali and Hassan Kuba. It's probably, if I wasn't lazy, I would provide Amazon links to these books. Maybe even affiliate links. If I was, I gotta capitalize on this, like half a dozen views. It's a labor of love. All right, so that's it for this one. We got one more to go for this batch of reviews. So I'll see you guys next week with the next book. Bye.